Not a daunting task for VMAX with Mick Pearce and Richard Drayson, both engineers, as are the entire Hypno-disc family of roses. Dave on the right, Derek on the left, Ken in the middle. Retired engineer now, he's the dad. And together they put together a frightening machine, Hypno-disc. But dancing away, VMAX has done well so far, coming into the event very late on. Oh, goodness me! The first attack leaves a shard of metal on the arena floor. Look at this. The side panel flies off. And I think they've done more important damage as well. I think something has broken this. Gas being vented from VMAX. They must have severed some pipe. You can see another jet of gas there, of some sort flying out of VMAX. Don't forget the flipper is pneumatically powered. That's the end of the flipper, in other words. And Hypno-disc comes in for the kill. Poor old VMAX came in late, leaving early. Isn't that always the way at the best parties? And here, Hypno-disc is enjoying one on the arena floor. It only takes 2.5 seconds to 3.5 seconds max for that spinning disc to get up to power. Frightening, isn't it? And poor old Mick Pearce and Richard Drayson just want VMAX to come home in one piece. You've got no chance, boys, because if Hypno-disc doesn't get you, the House Robots will, and Hypno-disc surely will. Out comes the battery again. They've done it again. They've totally destroyed and mashed, buckled, bent and beaten opponents into smithereens. In comes Shunt. In comes Killer with the blinking deadly eyes and dead metal. There is no life left in V minimum. VMAX to give it its real name, but it was minimum problem for Hypno-disc to dispose of the late substitutes, game substitutes. Well done, off the substitutes bench in they came. But Hypno-disc all-conquering, all-powerful. And I wonder if later on in the series you'll see Hypno-disc battling against the likes of Chaos too. What a formidable fight that would be. Seeded, of course, top 2 for Robot Wars in these championships. VMAX have played a minimal role in the Robot Wars history, but a game and sporting one as the roses again blew in Robot Wars with Hypno-disc.
Total destruction. Who's going to stop this Hypno-disc? They go through to the next round. Well,
oh dear.
You knew from the melee that it wasn't going to be easy, but...
I wish we'd never had that really confident speech earlier.
I mean, you couldn't have surely been confident. I mean, it's just so...
yeah. We knew that if we could flip them, we were laughing, and we knew we had a good flipper, so...
You nearly got him over at one stage, didn't you?
We got in there first, but if you notice the first impact, it was the CO2 went. And the flipper didn't work after that. As much as I tried, I couldn't, that was it. So all I could do was try and battle up against him, and I wasn't very good at that, was I?
He is an awesome robot, though, isn't he?
It's very good, isn't it? Well, number 2 seeded, so
yeah.
what can you
say? Back to the drawing board for you, then, isn't it?
Yes.
Have you had a good time?
Absolutely brilliant.
Going up against Hypno-disc must be worse than cutting yourself shaving, though, mustn't it?
Well, what an experience, though. What an experience.
I wouldn't know.
I should have spotted that, shouldn't I? Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for VMAX! Cheers, guys. Well, I think you get a bit too nice, though. As soon as you sort of, like, wreck a robot, you don't go far enough, I think. You just kind of pull back once you've sort of, like, you know, bashed it in and...
That's not far enough. What do you want to see?
Well, it's like, I thought you were going to get inside it and start making everything fly out, you know. I saw the battery go.
Yeah, we've seen the battery go, and so we've seen the CO2 go as well. So once we've seen that, we knew that we were on a good side of it, so...
I've got my money on you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Hypno-disc!
So what are you going to use that for now?
An interesting garden ornament, perhaps. I can't think of a better thing to do with it. We might be able to salvage some parts, but we'll have to take the rest of the bits off and see what we can get out of it that still works, you know.
There's not an awful lot left, to be honest with you.
Are you going to start again for the next wars?
Oh, definitely, yeah. We've learned a lot, so we know what not to do next time.
And I think you have had the toughest opposition.
We know what not to do next time, and that's build a robot, really.
Well, I think anybody that follows Robot Wars would be very, very proud to have gone out to Hypno-disc. And we'll see you in the next wars, we hope.
Yeah, definitely.
But what sort of robot can withstand Hypno-disc? VMAX not enough. The disc will now meet the winners of Terror Bull and Raizer Blade. Now, they already have come up against Hypno-disc in this heat and felt the pain.
Well, it's been touch and go getting here, hasn't it? Because he took a lot of damage in the melee from Hypno-disc. What's the situation now? How strong are you?
Well, we'll try to repair as much of the damage as we can. We hope we're good enough to get through this next round and then fight them again. Hopefully
you
win.
want to fight them again?
Yeah, we'd like to fight them again, yeah, and win.
Okay, it can be done.
It can be done. We got a flipper. We had them nearly over last time, so...
out of the arena.
We hope.
But you've got to face these guys next.
Yeah.
No problem.
Flipper against Flipper, let's see what happens. Terror Bull are in the pits, the arena doors have opened. Do you actually want to get through this? Because if you do, you'll have to face Hypno-disc.
No, we don't want to get through to fight Hypno-disc, really. No, not really.
He's joking. Of course he does. Every robot will want to do that. Still, you've got to get through this round now with Raizer Blade. I can see him. He's looking ferocious. Yes. It's going to be carnage.
If Terror Bull isn't built to win this, what is it built for? Strange weekends at home for the Terror Bull team? Up against Raizer Blade. And there, Paul Hart, Steve Scotcher and Howard Andrews.
2, 1.
Down the Fernleys and Terror Bull up to 30 miles an hour top speed. Defeat Raizer Blade. We didn't actually see those top speeds from the Bull in the first battle. Up goes the head, up went the tail briefly as well. Lovely looking robots. A lot of tender loving care has gone into the look of Terror Bull over the arena flame pit. How'd you like your Bull? Red and cocktail soup. Terror Bull spinning around. Well, they lingered too long on the flame pit. I'm not too sure what John Fernley was doing there. He's built a horse box back at home. I think old Terror Bull will be going back though. In the boot of his car, crumpled and in ashes. The great moo went up as the horns were lifted, but Raizer Blade with a broadside can perhaps topple Terror Bull, coming in again. No, Terror Bull turns, tries to get the hydraulic lifting head. The whole entire head is pneumatic, by the way. Into flicker Raizer Blade, knock it over. At the moment, they're wary of each other, perhaps, using similar weaponry. It's become a feature of Robot Wars, the pneumatic flipper at the front, and I wonder if Terror Bull has been immobilised, whether or not the effect of the flame has flickered too long. There is smoke from the rear end of the Bull. I'm not too sure if that is from the tail only, or whether Terror Bull is not so full of terror anymore and is terrified out there. They've certainly been immobilised, haven't they? Dead Metal senses that. They're out of the CPZ. So too, Kilon. It's all over for Terror Bull. They're off to the old cattle market to fetch what sort of a price, I wonder. Not a lot for Terror Bull. But it's going to be Raizer Blade going through to meet Hypno-disc. Up comes the head of Terror Bull. A little defiant flick towards Dead Metal, nothing more than that. And they've hardly struck a bullseye here against Raizer Blade, shaving its way out of the grip, first of all, of Shunt, and then Dead Metal there. Poor old Terror Bull. Against the arena sidewalk, Kilowog comes in to cut off a joint or two. And really, it was a Bull barbecue that caused all the problems early on. Onto the arena floor flipper. So we're going to see Bully flipped up and over any moment now. Get out of the way, Kilowog. You're spoiling the fun. What? What are you doing? You're going to see the Bull flipped up and over. Retreating away, Kilowog. 1, 2, 3. Come on, Flipper. Yes. Over he goes. Well, old John and Ben in that control part, looking down on their creation. Terror Bull sliced. And at the end, it's Raizer Blade going through.
Well, Terror Bull turned into mincemeat. Raizer Blade through by the skin of their teeth.